Hi everyone, and thank you for joining on the very first Irish Whip podcast with my best friend Just Dave. Give us a
How are we doing?
And I'm joined by Ryan Parmeter, also known as Konnor. How are you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Well, thank you for coming on. A lot of people will remember I interviewed you for my other show, which is kind of an intense interview, but this is going to be a lot more relaxed, a bit of fun, and you agreed to come back on.
Absolutely.
And you know Just Dave, don't you? You came up with the name.
No, come on. That was an accident, right? Like, this wasn't intentional. It just so happened that the cards fell in place. Because didn't you tell me, Lewis, you said that Dave changed his handle name to Just Dave after we spoke.
On Twitter, yeah.
That's
It's
awesome.
stuck now, it's stuck.
That's hilarious.
I'm feeling a little bit hot at the moment. There we go. I'm wearing my merch.
This show could be canceled just for that.
There you go.
And you know what? I genuinely didn't know he was wearing that.
If I would have known that, I would not have come on.
Pro wrestling tees. Boom.
You know what? That's not bad. Make yourself a little income. That's all good.
I'll buy the first one.
So since talking to you last, you've been doing loads of interviews, haven't you?
Thank you. Yes, and a lot of it has stemmed from you, and a lot of it, and this is the reason why. And a lot of it has actually been Rhino who's talked to me about a lot of these things because, you know, it was like you said back in the interview. It was one of those deals where I was very, very to myself. You know what I mean? And it's not a bad thing, but I mean, well, damn, like nobody really gets to know who I really am because they see this persona and this character. And I think as time goes on, and I've had this happen a lot, is that a lot of people tell me like, you're nothing like what I would think on TV. And I find that actually flattering. That's a compliment because I don't want to be like that person you see on TV. I don't like being this mean, aggressive. I mean, granted, it's inside of me, but for the most part, I'm a fun-loving guy.
So we kind of wanted to talk about different things, all things wrestling, get your opinions on stuff. So
yeah.
We're going to head over to Just Dave, who's going to talk about some topics.
I'm a little out of the loop. I've taken a few weeks off from wrestling, so I'll do the best I can, Dave. I want to keep you.
Have you seen or heard anything about Double or Nothing yet?
I saw clips of it. I think that was at the stadium, correct? Jacksonville Jaguars Stadium. Yeah. But I didn't. All I saw was clips. I'm really good. Like I love Jake, and me and Jake, you know, like I'll usually like catch things when I see him post stuff or whatever it might be. But I didn't watch it. But man, I got to tell you, like the one thing I want to say about everything that's going on right now that's so damn cool. And I can't speak for what's going on over there because I don't know. But for here, people are starting to think more outside the box and starting to figure out how to bring a better product to the fan, which is something that I love because everyone became so complacent and they sat everything inside one bubble. It was just wrestling, a ring, you know, fans. Ooh, now you've got to start to become creative. And I think I think that's what's been so great seeing that. And just based off of like going back to your question, like just seeing the photos that I've seen or the little video clips that I've seen, like I actually really enjoyed what I seen, you know, because all they're doing is using all the tools they have around them. Yeah,
we've definitely found that here in the UK. It's a lot more exciting to watch than WWE. It's nuts.
Don't hold back, Dave.
Well, Jesus, brother. Are you trying to give me my pink slip? Oh, wait.
I used to love watching it, you see, and I've recently stopped watching it after the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And I don't know if you saw any of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, but it was most things I think felt forced, especially like the Money in the Bank match.
Yeah, so I think this is the one where this was at headquarters, correct? Yeah. So I didn't get a chance to watch that, but I do I really enjoy listening to like the fans' feedback and what they think. And of course I listen to Cornette's podcast. And so I listened to a little bit what Jim had to say. I always take what Jim says with a grain of salt, just because it can be a little too much. But based off of everything that I heard, I didn't see anything. I thought, again, it goes back to using the tools that you have, trying to make something different for the fan. The biggest thing that stuck out to me when I heard about this is, why didn't you just run up the stairs and go straight to everything instead of it being a match all around every floor to the next room? But I get it too, because that's the entertainment aspect of it. So
yeah, I think the women's one started like that. I think Oscar, she jumped into the elevator and then went up, and then she stopped when she got to a certain kind of level. But you thought in your head she could go all the way up to the top,
all the way to the
to
top floor.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
that's not her fault. You know what I mean? Like, that's the writer's fault. So
of course.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was like I said, I've recently stopped watching it. I think Lewis said he has as well.
Yeah. Finished.
Certain things about WWE just kind of aren't falling into place, and they've started copying AEW, because AEW started with their fans, like with their wrestlers as the crowd. And now WWE have started doing that, but it just doesn't feel the same.
Yeah. I mean, you got to also look at like who runs these companies too, and you're looking at different personalities. When I look at AEW, I see it's a younger genre of people, so they're going to want to connect more with the fans as opposed to WWE. And you got to give them credit too, because they've ran for so long. But they've done it their way, but it's lasted. They're marketing giants. You know what I mean? So, but you're looking at two different spectrums, and I get it. Like, I really do. Like, I see why people would dislike something, and I also get why people wouldn't like AEW too. It's not, wrestling's not going to appeal to everybody, like all these different companies and things like that. So, and I think that's the beauty of the product that's out there right now, is because there's so many different companies to choose from, that you don't have to focus on. Like, when my time growing up, there was just two companies, and that was, again, I'm going to go back to our thing, is that it was WWE, and at the time it was TNA, and that was all you had. But now you've got so many more, great companies that are out there that give you just like a broader band of things to appreciate and to watch. So maybe you see something you don't like in AEW, and you're like, oh, the hell with this, turn it. And then bam, there might be something you want to see on WWE. That was the beautiful thing about Monday Night Wars back in the day. Some people didn't like WCW. Some people liked WW, at the time F, so, and people would just, they would just jump all around on channels.
Of course.
And for me, kind of what I found is, when I've been doing these interviews, you'll find people that have been in NXT. You have Triple H as the main influence. He's kind of working with you intensely on your characters.
Yeah.
Then you go over to essentially the main roster with a different creative team. And that's sometimes where I've noticed from wrestlers who I've spoken to, that's where the kind of problems start. Did you find that for you?
Yeah, it's because, when you're down there and let me take that back. I don't want to say the word down there, because then that just belittles NXT, and that's not at all what NXT is. An incredible, it's incredible to watch. But when you're there, you're dealing with a different environment. Like, it's a different beast. And, as time goes on, Lewis, you're going to find out, as you interview people that have been part of both brands, they're going to tell you that it's a different beast. It really is. The people you report to, the people you talk to, how much creative control you have with a character or with a storyline, and then you go up to the main roster, and again, it goes back to, they have a set way, but it's worked. And that's the thing, is like, you can't argue with it. It's just been their way, and that's the way that it works. And you grow with it, or they find somebody else, So yeah, it's just one of those things, man,
I would like, because people won't know if they didn't watch our first interview, but you're quite the impressionist as well.
What?
The impressionist. You're good at doing impressions. Don't you do a good Dusty Rhodes?
Oh, baby, that's one of my coaches, baby. Yeah, amazing. I love me some Dream, man.
You love him, don't you, David?
Yeah, I think a lot of wrestling fans, they've kind of grown up looking at the kind of the big people of the wrestling industry, like Dusty Rhodes, and people like Arn Anderson, if you're just going to look at WCW and different things as well. And plenty of big wrestlers out there to look at.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many great names that are out there. You know, you think about the American Dream, and God, man, and on the impression that he's left. There's just been so many incredible performers that have just, you know, cemented their history. You know, and it's really cool to know that you've been a part of their life somehow, and they've really impacted your life. So, yeah, man, I wouldn't change that for the world.
Of course, and he's done a lot for NXT as well, like for yourself and multiple other wrestlers that have come up through as well, including like Seth Rollins or Tyler Black and multiple different wrestlers. So well, he's definitely helped the future of wrestling for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's the one thing that that you have to admire so much about Dream is that, you know, he took the time too, you know, to sit with you and get to know you, and he would mold your character. Like, so if you wanted to play this character or whatever it was that you wanted to do, Dream would sit and talk with you, and he would help you connect with that character so that it became more you, as opposed to something that looked like it was forced out. Yeah. You know, so, and that was what was so great about him, you know, that, and, you know, you'd always get to see him every morning, you know, smiling and, you know, just heckling you or messing with you or whatever it might be.
I remember when I spoke to you, and a few other people have said it as well, if he has an opinion, he'll share it. He's quite a passionate man. So he worked closely to you. So when he thinks that someone's coming in to change what he's done, you know, he's not scared to voice that opinion.
Yeah. I mean, man, so Dream, like, I just remember, just to give you a quick insight for the people that may not have heard this before, like, Dream was one of those guys where he would build you, he would sculpt you into something that he believed that you were. And if you ever messed with that, he would let you know, and he was very vocal about it. And I just remember the one time that before we went up to the main roster, and I always talk about this, is that Dream was very upset, and we didn't know, me and Vic didn't know why. We're like, we would think, damn, we've been around so long, you'd be happy to get rid of us. You know, I mean, we got damn cobwebs growing on our rockers. You know, and that just, and I'll just never forget it. He was so upset, and he was like, you know, damn it, they're changing you into Egyptians. And I'm like, I don't understand what he's talking about. You would think that he'd be happy that we're getting the hell out of his hair, but then as it happened and we had our meeting, and and they put down the papers of what this character was going to be that creative came up with for us, we flipped the paper over, and Dream was sitting right to my left. And he slid right over, and he looked at me as Hunter and everybody are on this big TV, because it's, you know, it's our big debut. We're going out, man. It's we're going to the main roster, and you're just excited. And then they were like, flip the paper over. This is what creative has for you. And we flipped that paper over, and I looked at Dream real slow, and I kind of looked back at this paper as I'm looking at this drawing that they did, and Dream slid right over, and he just walks over, like, he just goes over like this, and he just goes, fucking Egyptians, just like I said. And I go, oh man. But I mean, like, that was Dream. Like, he was honest. There was no beating around the bush. There was no politics. Like, he was who he was, and he told you how it was. And whether you liked him or not, you always had to respect him for that. He always led you in the right path.
Yeah. It feels as if Cody's kind of going down that path as well. I think at the moment with AEW, it feels as if he's trying to create something along the lines that Dusty did, continue the legacy and create something new and special as well.
I mean, it's in the DNA, right? You hope so.
Absolutely.
I mean, Cody has done some pretty amazing things, you know, and he's done it his way. Excuse me, he's done it his way, and, you know. And he's got his brother with him. How cool is that? Like, they're together and they're happy, and that to me ultimately is what matters more than anything in this business. I don't give a damn how much money you make. Like, money ain't gonna make you happy. It's gonna make you content, but it's not gonna make you happy. So to see those guys, like, with the first pay-per-view they did, and they worked each other and they hugged and they had that moment, like, you cried. I cried. You know, I feel like almost everyone there cried because it was not only groundbreaking, but it was a very organic and pure moment.
Yeah, it was more than wrestling. It was family kind of thing as well, and there's a real moment captured kind of thing. So,
and we know the history too with the Rhodes. You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
So that just makes us connect even more.
Yeah, of course.
I know me and Dave were talking a little bit before, and he kind of brought this up because we were watching Double or Nothing. Did you see it? Did you say?
No, I did not see it.
What in general, Dave? What were your kind of thoughts on it? Because I thought it was a really good. I mean, I think the main event with Jericho in the stadium was pre-recorded. It looked like it was.
Yeah, it was. So, like you said earlier, like bringing something new to the table kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it really was, like, everything about it was really good. You had MJF versus Jungle Boy. I think MJF's 24 and Jungle Boy's a little bit younger than him. To see them two work the way they did and wrestle the way they did was just probably the best match on the card, I think.
Wow. Yeah.
But then you had the main event was very different. A lot of silly moments in it. But yeah, like we said, it was kind of they had one kind of moment, you know, like the Lake of Reincarnation that Matt Hardy does.
Yes.
So they did that, but it was kind of, I think, with recent events, it kind of didn't look as it didn't have the same feel to it, because of obviously with Shaq Gaspard unfortunately passing away and drowning. It kind of wasn't. It didn't feel right at the time, and you feel as if they could have kind of removed that little chunk out of it.
Yeah.
From just kind of the episode in general, because it didn't play a massive part in the match. The match was a bit of fun. It was really enjoyable to watch. Like Hangman, he was in the bar drinking, doing his little bit and everything.
I saw that. That was the cool little skit with him and Jake, right? Like that.
Yeah, and he slid him across the bar.
Just they were just. Well, I think it didn't start where they were just kind of like sitting at the bar.
Yeah,
and they were just like two grown ass men which I love more than anything. Just two men sitting at the bar, and they're just getting ready. They're just ponying up next to each other. They did their shot, and they went right to work.
That's like you and Sergeant
like
Slaughter.
You and Sergeant. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Except Sergeant would have thrown me across.
But yeah, we like I said, it was a very good pay-per-view. But that was kind of the only down point, I think, is they had the opportunity being pre-recorded, as I think only a match like that could be, to kind of take that out and just. Yeah, it was a bit. I think a lot of people kind of thought a bit like, oh, okay, because you was reminded throughout the whole show as well, kind of Crime Time. Like Private Party, as an example, did the G9, which was like their finisher together. JTG and Shad.
Yeah.
With that match was horrendous. That was just more mistakes in it than I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, they did. So you're kind of reminded throughout the day. It's kind of like a tribute to Shad, and then that kind of came up, and it was a bit of a like. Kind of one of them moments, unfortunately. Yeah,
I didn't watch that. That whole thing, obviously, unfortunately, is very sad.
Yeah.
But I feel sure that wasn't something that would be intentional. You know what I mean? No. I think they were just trying to make it fit with the whole reincarnation, because I mean that was always his thing. So it just so happened that I think it might have been just the whole timing thing of everything. Like I just don't think, the way I feel like I know Cody and stuff, I just don't think that would be anything that anybody would ever joke about, or you know.
We didn't see it as anything like that. We just thought it was just a bit of a kind of unfortunate kind of
like, a producer could have cut that out.
So,
and, you know, and this is true. They could have, you know. I don't know. I really don't know. But that's a great observation. That just the timing of everything, like that is a little bit of a bummer. But switching that really quick, I did see Hangman. He was on a horse. What in the hell? That's one of the clips I saw. Hangman was on a horse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, not only did he pony up at a bar, but now he's a real cowboy, and I love it.
It fit into everything perfectly.
Yeah.
Do you want to know? No, I was going to say something. So you have an idea of why me and Just Dave are doing a podcast together. When we first met, we went to a wrestling show, and it was Billy Gunn was there, and we were in a hotel, and you know an ironing board.
Yes.
Yeah. So me and him having a little play fight like you do, picks me up, chucks me in, and it breaks the ironing board. So I have to go downstairs to the reception and apologise and say, look, we broke the ironing board and there's a wardrobe. And she goes, what happened? Oh, we had a bit of a hardcore match.
Oh.
That's how we become friends.
That's very odd. I've got to tell you. I like it, but it's odd. But you know, some of the best friends you'll ever have are the ones you get into fist fights with. So.
Yeah, that's very true.
I hope it doesn't come to that.
That's awesome.
So Dave, what else have you got on your because David is like we talk all the time and he's very analytical, so he'll watch something and he's like the Simon Cowell of wrestling. He'll kind of sit there, look at it and go, that wasn't good, this was good.
Well, it'd be, in my opinion, it's not obviously, it's just an opinion, obviously. It's not. But yeah, we were talking earlier on, myself and Lewis, about how different, and you picked up on this a moment ago, how different, like the big difference between NXT and Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
And the creative compared in NXT compared to Raw and SmackDown also, and what they were going to give you in Raw and SmackDown opposed to what you had in NXT, which was really, really good. And to pick up on that, I don't know if you've seen the thing that they was trying to give Dash and Dawson, well, formerly known as Dash and Dawson, the revival.
Right.
But we were talking about that earlier, and we just said that I think, as far as we're aware, they're going to go to AEW, have a rivalry with the Young Bucks. But we saw something earlier, and it was kind of, they were dressing up, and they've been kind of going back and forth on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen anything like that, if you've got...
I haven't, no.
They go there.
Is it any good? I don't know. I haven't caught any of it. I'm too busy chasing a 3-year-old.
I love that. We kind of wanted to talk to you because I know last time we only kind of touched upon it a little bit, but some of your travel stories with some of your road buddies, like have you got any funny stories with Heath, with Rhino? Because I know that you guys were kind of like a freeway.
I think most of the stuff that we have, I can't talk about.
This is a +18 show. We're good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure.
You know, because it was Heath was telling me about Rhino and his fanny bag, and he would always keep all his receipts.
He's very old school. He keeps cash too. He does it. He cashes his paychecks, and then he literally will put his money in a safe. He is like so. He's so old school gangster. It's ridiculous. He's great. I'm telling you. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, you know, I was like.
Sorry, it says your #1 fan is here. Your #1 fan.
What?
Did you see them?
I don't see it. What is going on? What are you guys talking about?
Can you not see? How are you?
Oh, baby. What in the world?
That's your #1 fan.
Hakuna Matata, baby.
Oh, Hakuna Matata, baby.
What is
I remember when me and you used to travel together, man, and we would run from the cops and blare that song. Jesus, that was some good times.
I remember Elvis Presley, Burning Love.
Oh, but sure. We were on
tell us.
We were on such a huge Elvis kick, man. We went to Graceland.
We went to Graceland.
Yes, we saw everything in Graceland. Elvis's home, Elvis's monument, Elvis's everything. It was awesome.
His waterfall. Remember his waterfall?
Yes, man. His jungle room.
The jungle room, baby.
Yeah, right? Hot damn, it was good.
Just rub the walls.
Downstairs was like nothing but carpet. The floors, the walls, the ceiling, everything carpet.
Oh, wow.
Is this genuine?
Yeah, man, I ain't bullshitting you.
No.
You're massive Elvis fans.
Oh, yeah, man. Who doesn't like Elvis? He's the king.
Yeah.
Can you do an impression?
Oh, watch out, man. Watch out, man. I'm coming right for you, baby.
I had to listen to that for I can't tell you how long.
Hey, that's where impressive Pelvis Wesley came in.
My man
was from what was that called? Southpaw. Yeah, and we would y'all watched Southpaw before, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So me and Ryan, man, we were traveling together at that time, and went to Graceland on a big Elvis kick, and I was like, shoot, I'm gonna be Elvis, man. I'm gonna be impressive Pelvis Wesley, and that's how it came about.
That's brilliant. You two must have some funny stories. You and Rhino, it's like the three amigos.
Dude, Rhino, man, he's a road warrior, man. That's a fact. I mean, a road warrior. I mean, that dude would rather drive 9 hours than to take a 2.5-hour flight or something. And it's
we did it.
Trips with him. Oh
yeah. Oh man, we did it.
But they, you know what though? They weren't bad.
No, I was gonna say they were fun.
Yeah, they were fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I mean, literally, me and Ryan would be doing our thing. Terry would always want to drive. They say, I'll just get Netflix videos up playing. He's driving, we're watching, having popcorn.
Do you ever go to the marina?
I have, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A couple times.
What is it about? Because he always talks about it, and I'm kind of just a bit polite, and I just pretend I know what it is, but I don't know what he does.
God damn, you're supposed to be like an interviewer. You gonna ask questions? The marina. Oh, I don't really know the marina. Tell me about it. That easy.
I'm gonna interview you about Rhino's marina.
Hey, but yeah, man, he has a marina where it can like fit. I want to say it was like 60 some boats.
Yeah.
So each slot is worth money, So I mean, he can park like I think it was like 10 of the like big boats that holds like 18, 20 people, and then he has like 30 for pontoons, some for the like skinnier boats, like all different sizes and stuff. So, but yeah, man, he lives up around Lake Erie, man. Big Daddy's Boat Yard. Look it up if you want to go.
Big Daddy. Big Daddy.
Hell yeah.
Did you guys ever get in trouble when you were like traveling together? Did you ever get pulled over by the cops?
Nah, man, they never could catch us. You want me to play that song again unless you hear what we were listening to?
You might have some video still.
I know I got pictures. I know there's pictures. I'm just glad the brothers keep it to the brothers.
Amen to that one.
I feel like there's a good little group where there's some photos that everybody wants to see.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They can't come out though.
No.
They can want all they want.
Anyway. Yeah, not yet. Anyway.
Save it for the book so we can make some money at least out of it,
Yeah, something.
I'd buy the book.
I couldn't write one.
Have you seen Konnor's new merch?
Huh?
Pro wrestling tees.
Konnor is, dude. I like that.
Is that I got it on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Did you? Hold on, really?
Is this new merch?
Did you do that yourself?
Yeah.
Hey, I like it. Hey,
I didn't even know about it.
I want you to know, Heath, had I known he did that, I swear to God, I wouldn't have came on.
Hey man, it's like you get a little treat every time you're on this show or something.
And you're just one big happy treat.
Man, I'm the cherry on top, baby.
Ryan had no clue that you were coming on, and I know that he likes to, when he talks about your travel stories, I thought, right, we got to get Heath on, like his #1 fan who can share so many stories.
It's vice versa, baby. I'm his #1 fan too.
Oh, baby. Yeah, there's nothing but love between us, man. Like I told you last time. When I started in the business, I was a green little boy that just wanted to have fun, and I got pushed in the big leagues very, very quickly, and that man was on top, And next thing you know, in Deep South, man, he took me in. Like, we were just friends from the start, man. We just meshed, And it was like, he got released. We kept in touch. He came back. all that stuff. We traveled together. We worked Madison Square Garden together, overseas together. I mean, we've done it all, man. Like travel, I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Hey, Ryan, look, we're in fucking WrestleMania.
That was when we were in the Battle Royal together.
First time, baby.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You must have so many memories like that together, because I guess obviously we see you do your match that, you know, that's like WrestleMania, but for you to go in there like for the rehearsals and just take in the atmosphere and kind of how big the stadiums are, I guess you two share those moments when you're traveling.
Shit, yeah, man. You always got to take the time out once you're out there, because the shit goes by way too fast. I mean, like when you're, and it's like, you know, when you're in a big house, you know, you sold out LA Staples Center, you know, you're in Chicago, sold out. I always take a deep breath in the corner and take a look. I always take a look. Mania's walking down the ramp. I mean, shit. You're walking down a ramp and you got 75 yards. You can soak in a lot of shit there. So it's one of those things, man. Like Mania's, man. I walk down, I'm just looking. Oh crap! Look at this. I mean, it's an incredible sight, man. Like, it's crazy.
See, rumbles must go quick for you then when you're running down the ramp straight in.
Oh yeah,
nice and quick.
Dude, yeah. Usually in rumbles, man, I'm straight in and straight out. I don't get to soak those in.
He gets the pick of the draw, baby.
Right?
Payday. Get in, get out, baby. I'm going to watch the rest.
That's it. Make sure I get it.
When you come over to the UK,
yeah.
When you come over to the UK, it will take you half a second to take in the stadium. They're very small. It's not there you go. It's normally in the church.
Brother, it is so crazy too, because like whenever we go over there at the O2 Arena, I remember when I first went over there, it was just incredible. I mean, like, holy crap. And it always sells out, you know. I mean, the fans over there are amazing. I mean, loyal, you know, and I love that. And it's funny because I first started there and I was with Christian in NXT, and the whole damn crowd kept chanting Ginger Ninja. Or, you know, and then they started chanting "Kill the Ginger," you know, and I'm just like, shit, you know, wow, like what did I do? I'm a good guy, you know, like, and then you know, down the years down the road, you know, and everything, pretty much when 3-on-B happened, and we were like Union Jacks and that crap, man. It was like every time I would go over there, man, I got a huge pop where I was like, damn. Hell yeah, thank you. And it's like the O2 Arena, and I'm a little country fuck from West Virginia, you know? It's like, what the hell?
You know, there's normally quite funny chants. There's normally like really, really bizarre chants that happen in the British arenas.
Brother, they was chanting "Kill the Ginger." Look at me in my eyes. They were looking me in my eyes. And I'm just...
Oh, God.
We had a thing when... We went to Cardiff, I think it was last year, and it was a live event, and we had this thing. We were booing. I started booing the referee. You know, the really tanned referee. I can't think of his name.
Spider.
Spider.
He's got like, I think so, possibly. Yeah. But I was booing him. He was fuming. He was fuming at us because I started booing. Everybody else started booing the ref. Like he kept looking over at me. He wasn't happy.
Gotta be Spider.
Gotta be Spider. Yeah.
He was angry, very angry. And then we got told by security to be loud because the fans were being a bit quiet. And then we got told to shut up because we offended Scott Dawson. Didn't you? You had a bit of a thing with Scott Dawson, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, we were winding him up during the match, and then there was Chad Gable. So I've always really liked Bobby Roode. So regardless, I was gonna cheer on him. And he comes out, he's against Chad Gable. So I was cheering on Bobby Roode, who was the heel. And then booing Chad Gable, and he kept looking over. I was the only one doing it. He kept looking at me as fuming.
Yeah, that's why it's a lot of fun to work there.
Yeah,
I mean, that's like over there, New York, Boston. Like they give you your mind, man. They tell you how it is. Like they like you. If they don't, they're let you know. You know.
I don't know what they would say. I don't know what they would say about Konnor. Like I don't know what, because they said kill the ginger with you. I don't know what the insult would be for Ryan.
They ain't gonna say you hit nothing to him. Look at him. They know he would whoop their ass.
Well,
I'm just a little surprise attack. They think they're gonna beat me up. They better watch out, man. But
you're hitting it hard. I've been seeing your gym videos.
Oh man, I'm focused again.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, that's a
looking
good thing.
really good.
Dude, trust me, I was not focused for a while, but but I got slapped in the face with some reality, and I woke up.
I think this is the exciting thing for us. I think especially for British people as well, because kind of over here, not as many people watch WWE as they did before, because there's new products out and there's new products out all the time. So a lot of the British people, including myself and Lewis, are just looking forward to seeing what's next, kind of thing for everybody.
Oh, yeah, me too. I mean, there's a lot of free agents out there.
Right?
Yeah, lots.
You know? I'll tell you, I feel like every promotion can get like a little jump start, you know, like
nice
I think
little
every
injection.
promotion, exactly. You know?
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where like I feel like every promotion can benefit from this.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
a few people have been jumping ship already. Like Gianna Perazzo's just gone to Impact as well, hasn't she? That was quite quick.
Maybe. Man, I don't
From
know. I
NXT.
haven't been watching nothing. I've been focusing on my ass, man. I haven't been watching anything.
Yeah, that's where I've been for a while.
It's the way to be. It's the way to be.
Like seriously, no idea.
I know kind of you've only been in a couple of factions in your time, Heath, but if you, Rhino, and Ryan come together as a faction, what would you call yourself?
Rough, handsome with the Rhino.
Rough and handsome. I like it.
Who's
with
who?
the Rhino.
Yeah, who's who?
Well, of course he's rough and I'm handsome.
We know where Rhino's at. There'll be a big picture with Rhino crawling with us on his back because he's got to carry us.
Yeah, very true. I got what you did there.
Yeah.
You carried my ass.
Do you guys stay in touch quite a lot?
Who? Me and Terry?
You two. No, Ryan and yourself.
Oh, we text.
What?
Yeah, we text.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we stay in touch.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I can send you some pictures, man. I was in Florida doing the FCW documentary thing, and we all went out and ate together and everything. It's like whenever you got brothers over the years, like I've known him for 12, 13 years. So it's one of those things where, like, of course you keep in touch, man. You become friends.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean, it's like you watch the kids grow up and stuff like that. Like I always compliment them. I see, little Miss Disney, and I see Queen Kong. Like it broke my heart when I saw that photo because they're growing up, man. And it's just like, wow, like
dude, look at your little man.
Time goes so quick.
Blonde hair too, blue eyes. You're in trouble, dude.
Not my kid. He ain't mine.
You're in trouble, man. If
you
you for girl advice, you're going to be like, man, I don't know. I never got women. Hey, like I told you, Louis, that one story, man, whenever we had a show in Charlotte, Terry and Ryan stayed with me, man, and we woke up and we went and had lunch at my kids' school. And imagine us three walking in with her, and everyone's just looking like, what the hell? And of course there's some wrestling fans, and we shook hands and said hi and everything. But yeah,
I seen a photo of that. I think Ryan sent me it's so funny. It's you, Ryan, you're holding your lunch. It's the best photo I've ever seen.
Dude, we had our paper bags packed, man. We were ready.
His exact words were, "It looks like they packed you a proper lunch."
Exactly. God damn.
Yeah.
Yes, Dave, have you got anything?
No, but fantastic. This has been.
It's so good. You two have got this kind of chemistry. It's so nice, and it's like I've interviewed you both separately on the other show, and it was great talking to Ryan because I know he didn't do a lot of interviews, so I was kind of really chuffed that he agreed to come on, and then we just got on really well. And the same with you. It's kind of like you both have this excitement. It comes out when you talk to you in interviews, like the passion to kind of go forward now and get creative. I mean, Heath as well, you seem to be really creative and you always get back up. So I'm really excited to see what happens for both of you. And I hope you team in the UK.
Shoot, we might. You know, if he's still painting his face by that time, I might want to start.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what. If I don't want to paint this beautiful thing, come on, man.
I mean, I've been telling you that for years, man. But you just always wanted to hide it,
and it's got me nowhere.
At least you know now.
Did you paint it yourself?
Yeah, he paints it himself.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Well,
no, wait.
Wow.
Wait. Heath.
What?
Do me a favor. Show them how I put my paint on.
And this has been a running joke for years. So Vic is in there, and I mean, dude, you exactly know whenever they're damn painting their face because the bathroom is echoing with their phones, and all you hear is that type of music, just blaring. And you're like, damn, they're in there painting their damn faces, doing that shit. So Vic's in there, man. Vic's like, every little corner, making it perfect, this and that, blah, 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 drying it, going back, adding extra coats. Next thing you know, Ryan goes in there and he just takes his little thing. Here, I'll show you. He'll do like this. Prop this up. He'll take his thing, he'll take the thing off, put it down, put his fingers in it, and just do it. And then he looks at himself like, and then it takes him forever to put these contacts in his eyes, and then next thing you know, it's running down everywhere, and it looks even scarier. So, yeah, he'll just go in there and put his fingers.
I've been missing that, brother. I've missed you so much.
Buddy, I love you. Hey, y'all enjoyed this interview, man. I have to go and check on my kids.
Of course, thank you very much.
Before we go, we've called this podcast the Irish Whip Podcast. And to be fair, it's a lame name. We couldn't think of anything. Can you guys think of anything really good that we can call this podcast?
Brother, I guess it's the Irish Whip Podcast.
That's lame, though, isn't it?
Yeah, why not?
I thought it was good.
You just need
Irish
to have
Whip.
You just need to get a nice logo of two guys Irish whipping people.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Then again, that might look like a dancing thing. I don't know. Y'all need to get creative with that.
Thanks for coming on. It's been so
Thank you so much.
No problem, bud. See y'all.
Thank you.
Love you, buddy.
Love you, baby.
Ryan, that was a bit of a surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah, you got my ass.
We tried to get Rhino as well, but he's filming today. He's doing television, so yeah. I wanted to get someone on as a surprise.
Whoa, that would have been something.
Oh yeah, all of you. Woo. He did say next time.
Yeah, that was very surprising. It's really good to see him. You don't get to, it's crazy. We talk a lot, and we text, and we talk through social media. But it's really nice to see him, it's crazy because, I used to hate kids, hated them. I did. I really did. And the first kid to ever give me a hug was his little daughter. And she came running up to me when I stayed over his house one night, and she ran and she hugged my leg. And it was just I melted instantly. I had never felt so much love. And I was just like, my God, and I just fell in love with kids ever since.
Now you're a dad.
And now I'm a dad, and it's the greatest thing ever. Yeah.
It's been so good for us talking to you, because when me and David spoke about the idea of us doing a kind of chilled out podcast, and I was just thinking, as soon as I spoke to you in the interview, I just got on with you really well, and and I know you said you don't normally do these kind of things, but you're like David would agree, you're so natural at doing them. You're really fun to talk to, and the way you tell a story.
Well, thank you. I mean, I wouldn't have known had I not have done this, because look at how it started out, right? Do you remember when we first did the interview? Oh, I thought it was a disaster. I'm like, I turned it on and I'm like, oh my God, I need help. Help. and my wife comes to my aid and she fixes everything for me. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. But because of that interview, it allowed me to open up, and it just gave me the confidence I needed, because you're taught your whole life for so long to to not, you know, to kind of keep to yourself, especially in this industry because of social media and the way some people think and the way that, you know, they can turn things around on you. So you want to be very cautious, but I think that allows you to become like an introvert. And so going back to having this actual thing, the first interview with you it's been mind blowing to me because it's allowed me to open up and be more confident. So
That's
thank you.
No, thank you.
That's fantastic.
And it's allowed us to help Just Dave too. Right?
That new wrestling
it's not
name.
Dave no more. It's Just Dave because we telepathically somehow connected.
I'll take it. It's a good name.
When he changed his Instagram and Twitter and Twitter handle, I couldn't believe it.
Blew my mind. I thought this was all a big joke. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Yeah.
Didn't have a name, so I was like, right, put that one on there. It's stuck.
I love it. I think it's perfect. I love it.
Simplistic. It's good.
Well, thank you for joining us for our first ever Irish Whip podcast. It's been great talking about
so
just random stuff, really. You know, it's been fun. It's been chilled. You had a surprise with your number one fan joining.
Oh, thank you for that. That was great. That was unexpected surprise. It's always nice to see him. And if you would have had Rhino, oh my goodness, he would have taken over this whole thing. So
maybe next time.
He was up for it. He did say about if we get you on again, and he would like to do it with
absolutely. Oh man, it's geez, the three of us. It's a car crash right now.
I'll get on to that. I'll see if we can do that for the next episode.
Sounds good.
Would you be up for coming on again?
Oh, always. You've quote unquote popped my cherry with this, so it's all good. No,
I'm using that clip.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. I got a kid. Remember? Come on. I don't need to go back and looking at this one day. No, it's man, it's been great. And of course I would do it in a heartbeat. All you got to do is, like I said, if it helps, you know, I'm all about it. Especially with people that are good people. I don't even have to think twice about it.
Perfect first guest. Thank you very much.
Yes. And I do want to give a quick shout out because it's very important to me. It's for IWC or IWF. I apologize because I got millions of things going on in my head right now. They just ended up Isolation Wrestling Federation. They just ended up hitting up New York Post. They ended up getting a big write-up on that, which is absolutely amazing. I was very happy for them because it's a bunch of great people. And I'm very happy to be a part of it. And if you don't know anything about it, definitely go to my Instagram, check it out. The characters are amazing. Some of the stuff is just absurd. You got it. It's very entertaining. I promise you.
Of course, we'll check it out.
Yeah,
we'll put the link on with this as well. So thank you so much, and we'll hopefully get to
you're the best,
again.
Lewis. You're the best, my man.
Thank you.
Just Dave. Take care, brother.
Thank you very much.
All right. Later, guys.